Welcome back to episode now 73, everybody. If you're listening to the last episode, you know that we split it in half. This guest episode in half. That's right. I thought we would do something a little fun for this episode, but of course, before we get into that, let's do a little rundown. We're going to run down the website. That's right. By the time this is uploaded, there should be some new merch in the store. So go over to 404pod.com to see what new merch we got in stock. That's right. Now, Tony, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So here's what I thought, Tony. I thought we flip a coin on Google and we give each other a number, and whoever it lands on has to do the recap right now.
Wait. Oh, you bamboozled me.
Yeah.
You hoodwinked me.
You were not ready for that, were you?
No.
Here, I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, no.
All right. Which, do you want to be tails or heads?
Heads.
You want to be heads? You sure?
Yeah. Wait, flip it once. Let's do a test.
No, you have to pick right now.
Heads, but I think that's a double tail-sided coin. I think you're cheating me right now.
It's literally Google.
Oh, Google doesn't lie.
Yes.
Google doesn't lie.
All right. So you're picking heads. Final answer.
Heads, yes.
All right. Fling. You have to do the recap.
No, that's not. You said I didn't pick a number as well.
What?
I don't know. Best out of three. I mean, come on. Best out of three.
I said, do you want to be heads or tails?
Yeah, but it's best out of three.
Whoever it lands on has to do it.
It's best out of three, though. That's them the rules.
Oh, that's fair. I like it. All right.
Yeah, them the rules.
Flip. Oh, it landed on tails. Oh.
Yeah!
Best out of 5.
No, wait.
Should never agree to this. All right, first try, no takebacks. Let's get into it. Last time on DND404, bracket evil bracket, evil edition. Our Red Guard band of warriors, featuring Nifton, Klep, and Zertys, found their way to the Burnsely Farmstead, where there were some ominous things going on. There you go, Tony. Ominous.
Yes.
As they arrive at the Burnsely Farmstead, they are greeted by the crew and promptly find out that there is a dead animal in front of one of the houses. Now, this house, for some reason, after being searched by Zertys, was found to have magic somewhere in the basement that was probably guiding all these animals to the house. Another wolf appeared and then died as well. Shortly after examining the basement, they discover a huge red ore vein, and soon screams arose from outside as zombie creatures appeared all around the farm. It didn't take too long to take care of the creatures, but needless to say, many were shook and injured. A few farmhands were taken down where they were fed to the crystal, and at the end of the episode, boom, a giant skeleton beaked creature appeared? Bard, why don't you play us into that intro?
Ominous intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404.
Organ. There is a massive hole from the easternmost farmhouse. That's where this massive demon is erupting from. As the 3 of you leave the house looks like it's now condemned and is coming down. You see this massive demon, top of its torso sticking out of the ground. I'm gonna need everybody to roll me initiative.
It's a 16 for Nifton.
23.
Got an 8.
We are going to start combat as this massive demon is erupting out of the ground. It is huge as it is lanky. We're going to start at the top of the round with initiative 23. Now, Zertys and Klep, we're going to modify the frightened condition here. We're not going to say you just need to run away. You're going to roll anything negative towards this demon with disadvantage. As you are now frightened with this ability, at the end of your initiative, you can re-roll that Constitution saving throw to see if you're still frightened. That DC is 15. We're gonna go ahead and start the top of the round with Zertys as you run out of the house and this demon erupting, destroying the farmhand house. You hear all the people screaming as they're tied up around the well, and then you hear Mr. Burnsely scream, "Aye, let me go! Let me help! Let me get my daughters out of here!"
I'm gonna take a look at the demon and be like, all right, no time to be that afraid. No time. I'm going to start with a bonus action. I'm going to start a blade song.
What does a blade song do?
Overall, it gives me, it lasts for 1 minute, which hopefully is enough for an entire combat. It's a +3 bonus to AC, which will bring me up to 19. It increases my speed by 10 feet, which brings me up to 40. Gives me advantage on acrobatics checks, +3 to con saving throws, which will be useful in about 10 seconds. Oh, wait, no, I should read the rest of the sentence first. +3 to con to maintain concentration spell.
Oh.
Just for that, but still good. So that's my bonus action. As an action, I'm going to cast Haste on myself. Choose a willing creature you can see within range. That's me. Until the spell ends, the target's speed is doubled, which is now 80 feet. +2 to AC, which puts me on 21. Advantage on dex saving throws, which I already had. Gains an additional action on each turn. That action can only be used to take attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. Unfortunately, when the spell ends, I do have to rest for a whole turn.
Ooh.
So casting it is one action, but it does take effect immediately, so I do still get an action.
Yeah.
And as a cantrip, I'm going to cast Booming Blade on the demon. So I take a regular attack on it. That is
Is that a melee move or is it a ranged?
So Booming Blade, let's just read all the spells. You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting, that'll be my rapier. Make a melee attack with it against one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the target suffers the weapon's normal attack effects and then becomes sheathed in booming energy until the start of your next turn. If the target willingly moves 5 feet or more, the target takes, and at this level, it'll be 2d8 thunder damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Heck yes.
So that is 11 on the die plus 8. That's a 19 to hit.
That's going to hit. Wow.
Blade Singer, baby. It's d8 plus 5 or a big 6 damage. Yeah, he gets the booming energy around him.
Nice.
I am going to take my movement and run him about 30 or so feet away, 35 feet away, which will give him an attack of opportunity.
As you see his lumbering, bony arm begins to swipe as you run away with a 22 to hit, dealing.
Just hits.
Yeah. He's going to do 10 points of slashing damage. I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with DC 8.
That's 14.
Okay, you pass as your armor takes the brunt of the slash, and you see that like his long nails are just really sharp bone, and you see that these can really mess you up. As like, even though you just took 10 points of slashing damage, you managed to like deflect the brunt of it.
As he gets hit, I'm going to use my reaction. It's called Protective Field. It's one of my psionic powers.
Okay.
And I'm be a little protective of Zerty here. I'm like, whoa, watch it. And you do see as he hits you, this force bubble kind of pushes you outside of the claw attack. So it's not as deep as it could have been. And the damage is reduced by a D8 plus my intelligence, which is 7 points of damage.
Well, that's really good.
Taken off.
Take 3 points of slashing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you go ahead, you take that attack of opportunity, and you get 30 feet away. We're going to go to initiative 20. Real quick, that booming blade, what type of damage was that? It was thunder damage?
Yes.
You see that as you hit him with the booming blade and he swiped back at you, you see right above his head, between his horns, red lightning begins to snap and crackle between them. As the red lightning begins to shift from red to this deep yellow. And then he looks like he gets coated as the flesh begins to harden up around him as he glistens yellow for a moment. Then we're going to move to initiative 16, which is Nifton.
All right, we're going to make it out of here unscathed, I hope. Back to business. And I use a bonus action to poison my blade once more.
Okay.
And I am a little quicker with my step now. You do see that Nifton is smiling now. He likes fighting. He likes being in business and making things hurt. And I actually run up pretty excited and start slashing at it or piercing it with my rapier.
Okay.
So it's going to take a 26 to hit, as well as a 22 to hit.
Yeah, those both going to hit.
And it will take 14 plus 14, that is 28 points of piercing poison damage, and it has to make a Constitution saving throw of 14 or take more.
Constitution saving throw? Of course.
Then I will do an extra.
Wow, that is the second nat 20 on a con saving throw.
You're kidding.
I am not. That is amazing.
Ridiculous.
Must be nice.
On both?
Oh, just the first one. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was on both. The second one was a 10. He fails.
Nice. So it will take an extra 10 points of poison damage and 3 points. Plus my intelligence. So that is 6 points of force damage.
Goodness.
With one use of my psionics strike.
You guys are dealing a lot of damage to it. You're just slicing and dicing it up. I'm loving it. He's in his element right now. Is there anything you'd like to do at the end of your turn?
Smile more.
Okay.
Is it resistant to any of that, or is it?
Not that you can tell.
Because I just have, if it is resistant to poison, I'll just let you know I negate that resistance with my poisoner feat.
No, he is not resistant to it.
All right.
All right. We're going to go to initiative 10, which is this large demon turn as you are now slashing it up, and you are doing a significant amount of damage to it as it now looks at you, and it looms over and looks down, and he's going to attack you, Nifton.
I thought I already took his turn.
No, that was a round 20. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, I think you know it's coming.
Since I've bled, bring it on.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. You see that he comes down with a massive bite, but rather he's going to slam his beak-like face into you. Oh my god, he got a nat 1 as he just slams into the ground. You see that it's stuck for a bit, and as he pulls his face,
glances off my shield.
as he pulls himself out of the ground, he's going to give you another slash with a 15 to hit. Misses as it scaves off your shield. No, and then as he roars, he's going to come at you with a third attack as he lifts his head up. But then you see from its jawless mouth, its jawless beak, this sharp bone with flesh wrapped around it creak out, snapping from its body, and it, in a spear-like motion, comes at you. 17?
Nope.
Damn!
That was close.
Lands right next to you. This massive bone spear is now sticking out of the ground. The bone spear that just shot out is twice your size.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like shield away the beak, slash away the slash, parry it, and then another just shield up to hit it away.
We're gonna go to initiative 9, which are the guards and Adelram. And you see the like, form the position, and Adelram takes out 2 long swords. And he gets ready to go in there. He joins you, Nifton. He comes in and he begins to slash it up. And you see that the swords he's holding are like 2 massive greatswords, 2-hander swords in either hand. And he comes at with a gruesome attack. Ooh, with a 14 and a 15. The first one is going to bounce off, but the second one comes in, dealing 16 points of slashing damage and an additional 5 points of force damage. As you see that he slashes across his chest, and you hear as it begins to moan from the blades. And then you see the guards take out longbows and they begin to shoot as they are almost somewhat protecting the farmhands wrapped around the well. 3 of those arrows are going to hit. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Dealing an additional 11 points of damage total. So how the rest of this fight is going to go is that the guards and Adelram are just pretty much doing supplemental damage here. And you 3 are the heroes, theoretically.
Woo.
Yeah. And we're gonna move to initiative 8, which is Klep.
That's me.
My boy.
I mean, that's me. Okay, so since I am feared, not Nifton, I am feared. Does that mean I can't run towards it, right?
We just modified it a little bit for this combat. All attacks are at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm gonna take out my bow. I have a short bow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to shoot it from here and see how it goes.
Sure.
It's an 8. Didn't go well.
No, you hear the bow twang as you're like, oh, okay, I got this. Okay, massive demon, bing, and it just, the arrow wildly misses.
All right, I'm gonna use my bonus action to go stealth.
Yeah. All right, you want to kind of action stealth? Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
A 23.
You believe that you are hidden from this emotionless demon towering above you.
Perfect. I'm
Awesome.
gonna get right behind him.
Yeah, he's actually like kind of sticking out of a broken house at the moment. You really can't get behind him, but you can get around him.
He's not facing.
Yeah.
And then that'll be my turn.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the top of the round, which is initiative 23, Zertys.
Demon didn't move, correct?
He did not.
Boo.
Nifton kind of kept him at bay.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of the boom. I'm going to cast Firebolt. Should I have done a con check at the end of last turn for the frighten?
Oh shit.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see that real quick. It's a 12 on the die plus con 14.
That's going to fail.
Okay.
You need a 15 or higher. Yeah.
What about an 18?
An 18's gonna do it, bud.
Woo.
Well, must be nice.
It's pretty great over here.
It's Zertys' first time.
All right, well, I'll Firebolt anyway. We'll do it with disadvantage. Just gonna stick a d20 out here. Cool. It's a 7 and a 1. So did not Firebolt.
No, those two are going to. You see that the firebolt lands on him, but it does nothing, as this just seems to be absorbed into him.
Whoa, watch where you're firing, Zerty. And it goes by my head.
These calculations take time. We learn from error. You should be a genius by now.
You would think. This guy's got jokes.
Second action, my attack is going to be my cold breath weapon.
Is that a line or a cone?
It's a line.
Love that.
He needs a dex.
Dex saving throw. Okay, yeah, I think I could manage one of those. How does an 18 fare?
18 is going to pass. That'll be half damage. 2d10. Not a great 2d10, so 6 divided by 2 is only 3 damage.
You shoot him with your cold beam as he takes 3 points of damage as his focus remains unfazed, looking down at Adoram and Nifton. We're gonna go to initiative 20. As you see the red lightning crackles between his horns at the top of his head, you see that from the yellow lightning crack, it begins to glow purple, coats his body as you see it toughens up just a little bit more. We're gonna go to initiative 16, Nifton.
So I'm going to use, as I'm kind of crouching down behind my shield, you do see Nifton take a breath in, and I'm going to use my psionic recovery, which is a bonus action, to get one of my dice back. One of my psionic dice back.
Okay.
All right, back in the battle, and I start swinging again. First one is going to be a natural 20. So I'm just gonna crit that damage real quick, and that's a rough crit. But it does do 14 damage, and then the poison damage, it has to roll a Constitution saving throw on that.
It rolled a dirty 20.
Yep, that'll pass, so it does not take that 19.
Okay.
And I'll slash at it again with a 24 to hit. It'll take another 11 points of damage, and it makes another Constitution saving throw.
And that's poison, you said?
Yep.
That one's gonna fail.
Lovely. So it'll take an extra 6 points of poison damage, and I will use another one of my die to add some force damage on top of that. That'll be a nice solid 10.
You see that the force damage does not hurt it.
Oh, all right.
Wow. As it quickly glows purple for about a moment when that force damage hits.
Yeah, it pushes me back a little bit, and I get a little angry. That's all I'm doing on my turn.
So we're gonna move to initiative 10, which is this demon. As he roars for the massive amount of damage you just gave him, Nifton, you are giving him a run for his money as he shrieks into the sky, and then as a bonus action, he is going to turn ethereal, and suddenly he is opaque, ghostly, and he begins to move like a ghost. Running through you and Adelram, he jumps over to where the well is, now standing fully tall. He is hunched over these poor people that are tied to the well and materializes back into his physical form. And you see that he is hovering over these people. And then as his action, he's going, you see this large bone spear come out of its body. And you see its body contorting like it's adjusting itself, almost like a drill, reshaping its body, and a massive bone pillar comes out, stabs one of the farmhands. And you see that the farmhand that got stabbed with this massive bone drill begins to get drained. And then as he's getting drained, the demon before you begins to shift as it begins to bubble and swell, almost like a mosquito, as he becomes a bloated version of himself. Gets larger. An extra set of arms come out as these decrepit bone wings appear, almost doubling in size.
I'm furiously taking notes.
That is going to be its turn. As you see, it begins to gain this deep red color of himself. We're going to go to initiative 9, which are the guards. As 3 arrows get shot at it instead of 4, 2 of them are going to hit, dealing a modest 7 points of damage here. And then you look at Muller, and he looks sick, and he goes to get up off the chair. He's sitting in a chair and he has the bow in his hand, and he goes to get up, and he keys over, and then you look at him and you see his back bubbling, and it explodes.
Oh, God.
As you see that his blood is no longer red, it is now this dark, murky, black liquid. In the spot where he popped, where all these body parts and limbs scattered, you see these little maw demons. You see these, like its arm gets up and it grows like from the loose appendage from the arm, forms another loose arm and these little feet with a giant splitting its arm into like a massive mouth. So imagine like a mouth with legs just running around, and there are 4 of them. And that will end the guard's turn, and we'll go to initiative 8, which is Klep.
On the roos! Yeah, like Klep.
So the bloated demon hit one of those bodies around the well.
Yeah,
and there's 5 more bodies around that well. 5
very scared farmhands, and they're screaming as they just watch one of their friends just get the life sucked out of them, and not in a good way.
All people are bodies. That's what we call them. You know. Yeesh,
bro.
Klep's he doesn't discriminate. All right. I'm gonna go 30 feet until I get to one of the first little maw demons.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna stealth attack that. And it got a dirty 20.
That's gonna hit.
So 17 damage.
That will almost kill it as you just like beating this thing down. It looks very bloody. It's like barely holding on as you attack like Muller's leg.
I want to get to the well, but as I'm going past, I stab one of these little maw demons, hoping to kill it. And I stab it just thinking that my one stab's gonna drop it, and I took almost one step, and I hear it make another noise, and I instantly turn around and stab it again.
On that second stab, you don't even need to roll for damage. You just like do the killing blow.
No. Then, so that's my move, my action, and my bonus action.
We're gonna go to initiative 23. Zertys, you don't get anything back from Timbat. So you see that Timbat has been in the woods for a good amount of time now, and you don't see anything out of the ordinary, and you don't see a dwarf child anywhere. So he's starting to make his way back.
Can I call out Captain Beckford? It's my observation that when this creature seems to, for lack of a better term, drink someone, that he grows in power. How do I put this delicately? Are these friends of ours that are tied up, or are they a liability?
Look out for yourself and your fellow troops. The other ones are just casualties.
Loud and clear, sir. And just, expressionless, unblinking, I'm going to cast Fireball. Yeah.
Oh, no! Wow!
Oh, no.
The bodies.
Yeah, that's gonna center on the demon, and, if it hits them, it hits them.
It will hit them, yes.
All right. Let me get a bunch of D6s here.
As I see this fireball go through the air, I've never been more proud of my teammate.
There's some ASMR for you. 31.
31 points of damage. Amazing. As the fireball explodes, as you hit the demon, you see that the 5 people tied up to the well that this demon is standing over are also hit by its flames. and they all begin to scream as they are all ignited. Ah! Ah! Oh, I'm burning! Ah! Oh, this is terrible! Ah!
It's okay, guys. He's just gonna drink you.
Ah! I'm not sure what's worse. Ah!
Don't worry about it. I'm taking away his power source. It's gonna be okay.
These poor people are burning to death from your fireball, and he's going to take 31 points of damage. Awesome.
How's he looking?
Pretty roughed up, but I mean, this demon is made of flesh and bone. You don't know if it's doing well or not.
Cool. So for my second action,
Another fireball.
no, I'm out of third spell slots. I am going to. Well, I can't do 2 spells. I can cantrip. I'll fire bolt him. So that's going to be a nat 20.
Oh my lord. Ooh, baby. Oh my lord.
You'll love to see it. So that's gonna be 4d10. What are your crit rules standard by the book?
Double the die, yeah.
Okay, cool. So by the book. I feel like every DM I play with has different rules, and I love that.
Yeah.
We flip-flopped a couple of times, so we settled on that.
Yeah, actually, the last game I played with you was a little different too. So it's a worthwhile question to ask.
Yeah.
Let me give you that sound again. 25 fire damage.
Wow. You see that he shrieks in pain as you hit with that second firebolt. You see that as he takes that second firebolt on his turn, he's going to make a reaction, and you see that as he's bloated, he moves very quickly. Jumps, leaps across, cracks the ground right in front of you, lumbering over you as you see that his flesh begins to bubble.
And again, expressionless.
Awesome. What else are you doing on your turn?
You know, if he's fast, so am I. I'm gonna bolt away 50 feet.
Sure, you will. Actually, no, you won't because that's a reaction. Yeah, perfect.
Cool. I'm gonna run right between his legs and go behind.
Love that.
Later.
Go behind this little hay bale right here.
Yeah, next turn, if you'd like, you can go ahead and take half cover. We're gonna go to initiative 20. As you see the bloated demon, as it used its reaction to move and position itself, you see that the bloated demon's flesh begins to bubble, and then all of these blood spikes begin to appear all over its body. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw, as a ball of blood spears are ejected from this thing's body.
That's a 15.
The thing
14.
I'm the best at. I get a nat 1. Goodness.
Oh no.
God. It still comes out to a 7 with the pluses, but
13 is the higher one. My dex is +4, 17.
Each of you take, except Zertys, you're gonna take 24 points of piercing damage as these massive blood spears hit both of you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw of a DC 8.
A 16.
That passes. Perfect. But not good for Orin, as one of the blood spheres hits him and pins him up against the wall as blood spits out of his mouth. He looks like he's on his last dying breath as the massive spear is through his chest. We're gonna move to initiative 16, which is Nifton.
I do look at Klep. I'm like, all right, switch. And we kind of do a rotation, and I go towards the maw monsters up north. And I'm going to attack the first one with my rapier. It's going to be a 14 to hit
That'll hit.
with 12 poison piercing damage. And it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, a whopping 6.
Yeah, it'll take 5 more points of poison damage.
Dead.
Nice. I'll move on to the next one and do the same thing with my rapier. Attacking with a 16, and that'll be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
It makes another Constitution saving throw, or it'll take 5 more.
16.
That'll pass, so it does not. And then I will use one of my psionic dice to do 5 points of force damage.
Okay, it's looking a bit hurt, but it's not dead.
And then I will use a bonus action second wind to get a d10 plus 5 back, so that'll be 12 points of health back to me. As he takes another deep breath and puts up his shield ready for the maw monsters.
And speaking of, we're going to go to initiative 10, which are the Maw monsters and the massive demon. And the Maw monsters are going to go first, as the 2 remaining are going to bite you.
Bring it.
One got a nat 20.
I don't think anything will help.
The second one got a nat 20.
How?
Are you serious?
Bro.
You're lying.
Bro.
On these little maw monsters. That's insane. I went from the luckiest rolls at the beginning to the worst rolls on maw monsters.
Oh, bro.
Little convenient. The guy without a camera has got two nat 20s.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, wow,
interesting.
okay. You're going to take 19 points of piercing damage from the first one.
Well, first
An additional 15 points of damage from the second one. And you're going to make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
All right, first one is more than enough at a 23. The next one will be a nat 1, so there's that.
You suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Really? Wow. Jeez.
How's he looking otherwise?
On a scale of 1 to 60.
Not good.
Now we're going to go to the bigger demon, the bloated demon, as it begins to shriek and roar. It is going to leap in between Klep and Adorem. Lands. Massive crack in the ground. Big old hellish shriek. It is going to make 1 attack against Klep with its massive bite coming down. With a 23 to hit.
That is.
You're going to take 13 points of piercing damage, and you're going to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge.
Nice.
There it is.
So it's half. And then, what is it, Constitution?
Yes.
15.
Okay, that passes. Awesome. And then it's going to make an attack against Adorem. 7, that misses. And it's going to make its 3rd attack against you as a massive blood spear begins to form from its jowls. With a 7 to hit, this massive blood spear splashes into the ground right next to you. Missing. But I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
You're talking about me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Adorem makes it too, but he's an NPC.
Nat 20.
Ooh,
with a
you
26.
managed to get some cover behind the hay bales behind you, getting none of this black, murky blood on you. Adorem does the same as he uses his cloak and he bellows it in front of him to make sure nothing gets on him. We're going to move to initiative 9, which are the guards as they begin to shoot arrows. Ooh, one got a nat 20 and one got an 11, dealing 9 points of additional damage. And then Adorem's going to go up and he's going to make 2 attacks here with his massive greatswords. Ooh, with a 16 to hit, he's going to deal just 5. What, he got a little roll on that one. He's going to deal 5. He's going to deal 8 points of damage on that one. And then we're going to move to initiative 8, which is Klep.
That's me. Since he's right next to me, I'll attack him. Let's do that. Got a 9, and I quickly say, you know what? We'll not do this. And I'm going to go ahead and go stealth.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check, but he is looking at you. So how are you going to go stealth?
I do pocket sand and rolled a 25.
So where are you going? You got to move somewhere on because he's like looking right at you. As the famous saying, just because you hide doesn't mean you are hidden. I see you go behind a table. So how creative? With a 25, you get away. I just want to know how you do it.
So
Got a lot of hay over there.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go ahead and take a big old swan dive right into the hay.
Assassin's Creed, love
Eagle
it.
noise.
Yep.
Hawk noise.
And then you do a little ventriloquism to be like, I'm over here behind you.
Yep.
Perfect.
Throw your voice.
Awesome. We're gonna go to the top of the round, which is initiative 23. Zertys, as you go and Timbat returns to you, you see that the people burning to death, like, this is worse. This is so painful. As they are now seared, and there are 6 burned bodies wrapped around the well. You see.
Add that to my notes. Fire worse.
You see that Darek, the Mr. Burnsely, the father, is crying a bit as his 2 daughters were some of the people that were wrapped around that well. As his son is tied up with him. And he is like, you killed him! You willingly killed him! We asked you for help and you killed them!
With that demon moving over them, they were already dead. I saved us. How's the demon looking? Does it look hurt at all? I know it's hard to, or is it too hard to tell?
You wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because you've never seen anything like this before, and it's a ball of blood.
Okay, I'm going to, with my first action, I'm going to take a regular rapier attack.
Oh, you're gonna get right near it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
19 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
I'm gonna use my my piercer feat that I should have done like a long time ago, and re-roll that 1 damage. This will turn to 5 plus 5 is 10 damage.
Okay. Slash into it.
With my haste action, I'm going to use one of these items you let me have. I'm going to activate my Pearl of Power.
Ooh, what does the Pearl of Power do?
While this pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot.
Ew, damn.
If the expended spell slot is 4th level or higher, which I'm not high enough level for, it is now 3rd level. Once you use the pearl, can't be used again until next dawn.
Interesting.
I'm going to get back on my 3rd level slots.
It's a happy warlock somewhere in the distance. Thinking about that item.
There is.
Can you believe that's uncommon?
I know.
I did not
That's such a
expect
good
that to be an uncommon item. That was awesome. Did some research for this character. And I'm going to try to take at least half cover what I can behind this hay bale.
Yeah, perfect. All right. We're going to go ahead and go to initiative 20, which is this bloated demon as it begins to bubble and bubble and as it begins to bloat, and then all these little blood spears. Everyone make me a dexterity saving throw.
I still have advantage.
Natural 20 for me.
Wow.
Even if you can't see me?
This is like a directed attack. This is like a ball of blood spears. Yeah. This is a lair action.
What is this? Dexterity or?
Dexterity saving throw, yeah.
With advantage, it's dirty 20.
Ooh.
Dirty 20 as well.
Nice. The 3 of you are fine, but one of them strikes Mr. Burnsely. As blood drips down, as he's dwarfed, pun intended, dwarfed in size by this massive blood spear, it explodes on impact, and he looks up at you, Zertys, from the stump through the hay bales. He goes, "We asked you for help, and you killed us." And blood oozes from his mouth.
Considers an expression, but
So emotionless. We're gonna go.
this is not the time.
We're gonna go to initiative 16, which is Nifton. You also see, I forgot to say that as he popped, as all these blood spears came out, you see that he's no longer swelled up, and he is now back to its original form as the blood is drained from him, and he looks like he's no longer bloated.
I bet that feels a lot better.
Gas released.
Yeah, right? You hear a sigh of relief, like,
That's a cool mechanic. Bad for us, but cool.
I'm on an illusion of fart. He's gonna feel so much better after that.
Demons Part 2.
It was just gas, guys.
Nifton, go ahead and take your initiative.
Yeah, Nifton is not too happy about the people dying, actually, especially one of his own. Even if he didn't love the guy that much, it was still like one of his crew, so he's just getting back to work here. And I'm going to attack the hurt one with my rapier. Yeah, that's gonna be a 17 to hit. Yeah, 9 points of damage.
That's going to do it. That's gonna do it in.
Bang. Dead. Move on to the next one, the last one, and I'll hit with my rapier for a 24 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Just 10.
There goes 13 points.
Nice.
Piercing poison damage and a Constitution saving throw of 14 or higher, or it'll take 12 more.
It fails, and that's force damage, right?
Poison.
Poison. You see, it dies from the poison as you the extra 14 points of damage.
You see, because he's kind of in serious mode now, he makes quick work of them, and then I'm going to action surge as I roll over to the demon, and I'm going to keep attacking. That's going to be a natural 20 to hit.
Okay.
That is... Oh, 22. I crit on both the dies. That's 22 poison piercing damage. And it needs to make a Constitution saving throw of 14 or higher, or take 17 more points of poison damage.
It failed.
Bang. How's it looking?
Nifton. Finish him.
Ooh!
Nice.
Yeah, so not so much of a grim, but kind of an annoyed expression comes over Nifton's face as he just 2 quick slashes to these maw monsters, rolls over, and with this shot up, probably through its like kneecap, he uses the last bit of his psionic energy to shoot all the poison up straight through its knee, up into the bottom of its chin.
You see that as the poison spirals up, you see that the demon begins to shamble, and the lightning begins to zap between his horns that was almost changing the element he was, and it begins to, it like pops, and you hear like this boom, boom, and all that poison damage that was spiraling up from your blade meets the impact of the crackling lightning and then begins to spiral down, and then you see this demon finally have one emotion, and it looks like it's staring off into the void, and then boom, as the bones and blood begin to splatter. I need everyone to make me one more dexterity saving throw as all this sharp bone and blood tissue is spread all over.
17.
13.
I got a 19, and with a 19, you just see Nifton walk very slowly over to Mueller. As all the blood rains coming down, he's just not even paying attention. He just lights another cloud bloom cigarette and just sits down amongst the splatter where Mueller used to be.
As you take a whiff from your pipe, Klep, you get hit with one of these very sharp bones. And then as it hits you, you see that your veins begin to illuminate and get darkened. As you take 10 points of necrotic damage, and you see that the blackness within your veins kind of take over, and it's slowly spreading throughout your arm. Similar effects to what Mueller had.
Well, that would have downed me, so...
It would have?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you are downed in this hay as you go to like come up, and you are infected with this black murky blood coursing through your veins. Guys, what are you doing? You got a down teammate.
We're still initiative then, right?
You're out of combat, but yes, you have initiative.
Okay, so yeah, I'm still hasted, so I got 80 movement. I do have on me one potion of healing,
Yeah, that would do something.
so I'm gonna go ahead and use that.
You go ahead and you administer the potion of healing to him, and then Klep does regain health. However, the black veins stay.
I make a quick note of that. I call out to the captain.
You see the captain sheaths his great swords, and he walks over and he looks at Klep. He looks at the demon, looks at you.
He needs more than healing.
Aye, lad. Do we have a cleric among us? No, we don't. No, unless you guys or one of you three are cleric. He looks at you, Klep. He walks you over to the bale of hay and he sits you down as you finish off the potion. Well, we can't have any more of those maw demons running around, can we?
No.
And we don't have any cleric around us.
I do get up slowly, and I put my cigarette out right next to half of Muller's head. And I do walk over, and do I see a point where I could, because you said it hit him in the arm?
It did, and it's like slowly, you see his veins slowly getting taken over by this black, murky blood.
I kind of put my sword out towards the upper half of his arm, and I just kind of look at Klep like, what other option you got, buddy?
Kidding me. At least it's my bad one.
And I would like to try and like chop off his arm.
I like it. It's a lot better than what I was thinking, but I'm gonna need you to make me, so here's how it's gonna go. You're gonna chop his arm off at the elbow. If you mess this up, it's going to spread past the elbow, and then you need to take a little more off.
I'm going to.
Once it's at the neck, it's going to be a little bit harder.
Right.
I'm gonna hold his arm down and hopefully give him the help action.
You're going to chop off his arm, and the DC is going to be, what's a fun DC? Attainable, but a little bit of a reach to clear his arm off in a swing. 14 good?
Makes sense.
It's fun.
14, so you're gonna make me a strength check with DC 14.
It has been over a minute, but just in case, you do see, just with a very slow wipe of the blade, shing, I take off the last bit of poison from my blade, line it up. All right, this might sting a little. And it's gonna be 22.
Ooh.
That's gonna do it. Klep, your arm comes off as blood spews from its joint. As you cauterize the wound, you begin to package it up. Zertys, we could say that you do like a firebolt here to cauterize the wound.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm firebolting him.
He would take 9 points of damage, but I use the last bit of my psionic power to make sure that it's as clean of a cut as possible. So I also reduce the damage by 4.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Okay. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. Fair is fair.
Gotta take some
That would have killed them. That would have been great. So you now no longer have an arm, and 2 weapon fighting is now 1 weapon fighting. And maybe with a little bit of training, maybe you could put a dagger in your mouth.
I mean, what is two-hand weapon? I mean, dual wielding or whatever it is.
Is it 2 weapon fighting?
Two weapon fighting is just it's absurd. You just get an extra attack.
Yeah, I mean, but like, what is 2 weapon fighting? Is it 2 weapons in one hand? Is it one hand and is it 1 weapon in each hand? It's so
you just-
undescriptive.
One, yeah, it's just one.
Yeah, is it your feet?
Holding in one hand.
I push the nub over towards Zertys. All right, light her up.
For the wound, yeah, I'm just gonna cast a very careful firebolt.
Yeah.
You see the arm on the floor where the black blood has reached the veins.
Uh-huh.
You see that like the blood is like reaching out, trying to reach for something,
Oh.
and then you see it die off.
And once it dies off, I'm just gonna firebolt it anyway.
It's always good. It's always a good thought. Adoram looks at you, goes, oh, I've seen worse. We did what we needed to do. And then you see that Adoram looks at the wreckage of the house, and he looks into the pit where the basement was, and you see that the blood or vein is now gone. And there's a massive crater where it was. But you see the contraption, and it is now closed up. But it has like a little gauge on it that looks now full. Okay, Klep, you take a breather. Nifton, Zertys, good job. We're gonna do one last sweep of the premises, and we need to make sure there's no loose ends. Nifton, go ahead and get the contraption. Zertys, go check the main house one more time for me.
Loud and clear, sir.
Freeman, go check the other Farmstead house. Valen, you assist him. We'll just make sure there's no one left. And the 3 of you begin to search. Klep is going to chill out for a moment. He grabs the contraption, and you begin to search.
Yeah, I go through the main house, looking under beds and through like wardrobes.
Zertys, you do the same thing, and you look through the main house, and you enter the main bedroom, and there's beautiful animal rugs everywhere, big old comfy bed, there's fireplaces in every single room, long ornate tables. It looks like not only did they live well, the farm hands lived well too. It looks like everybody was treated right here. And while Nifton is in the dining area, you go into the master bedroom, and you notice in the corner of the room, there is a little latch, a hidden trapdoor that blends in with the floor, that is slightly elevated. And you hear some clanking and moving of food and chairs from the living room, and Nifton is like really looking around. Maybe in his lazy nature, grabbing some bread, making himself a little snack. You lift this trapdoor, and you see the lost son hiding underneath this little trapdoor, this little panic room that's made. It's a little dwarven boy, early teens, frightened. He looks up at you. There's this massive white dragonborn just lumbering over him. He has a tiny brown cinched bag. Looks like it's holding something that's about 1 foot in diameter. But you don't know what it is. He's breathing very heavily, but he's trying to control his breath. He looks at you very scared. What are you doing?
I have to really think about this.
Hey, there's nothing in here. Nothing in the kitchen. You got something? I'm yelling through the house.
I don't answer.
Zerty, you okay in there? I start walking towards the door.
The dwarven child starts shaking his head, almost like he's pleading with you.
I hold out my hand and gesture to the bag.
He looks at the bag, and then he looks up at you, and he's trying to keep it, and he's tearing up, and he's begging.
I'm at the door now.
I gesture again.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's only a 7. Oh, sorry, 12.
He reluctantly gives you the bag.
Take a quick peek inside.
It is a golden hammer.
Do I recognize it at all? Any insignias or anything?
You see a lot of dwarven insignias on it, and then he pleads with you. He's like, take it, please.
I drop it back in the hole.
I kick open the door. Hey, you good in here? I thought you died. Don't need any more of those today, so.
We're clear.
Good, yeah, all right. Oh, what we got? You find the goods?
I don't know what goods are left, but they weren't here.
All right. I see the jewelry. I'm like, Klep's gonna love these. I pick up all the jewelry for Klep. Put in a bag. All right, meet you outside, I guess.
I follow.
The two of you go back outside and they find one farmhand that happened to escape or was hidden for a little bit of time. And he puts him by the well and he's begging, please, let me live. I won't speak of it. I won't say anything. Please, I won't report anything. Just let me live. Just let me live. And Adelram looks over at you, Nifton, and he goes, put him out of his misery. And he turns around and he heads towards the cart with the contraption.
Yeah, I look over at, who's left on our squad?
Valen, Freeman, half a Klep, Zertys, and you.
80% at least.
Yeah, 80% Klep. Come on. I know how this part goes. Nifton is also quite classist, so he, was trying to save the kind of like the people who own this place, but probably has no feelings for this commoner, I suppose. We're in an evil part of the podcast, okay? Get used to it. And I put the last, I don't even put any poison on, but I brandish my blade and make it swift and just a clean swift through the neck.
And that is where we're going to end this session. Congratulations, gentlemen. You did your first evil session, your first evil session. playthrough.
Evil.
And that is what happened at the Burnsely Farmstead that Duncan alluded to at the beginning of the campaign, where he may or may not have went to when you went back to the town of Gilo.
Yeah.
To help out. That was fun. Jason, did you have fun? I had fun.
I have never played evil before.
Neither have I.
You did it very well. You had a little moment there at the end.
I started off thinking it was going to be more evil than that. And I kind of had some ideas of like possibly even betraying. But then, as it kind of evolved, like, listen, I decided against it. As it evolved, I kind of saw Zertys going a little more true neutral.
There were lots of decisions Nifton was making as well.
Yeah, I feel true neutral for like a scholarly wizard type who just knows how to fight, and he's more interested in learning about what's going on and doesn't really care about the consequences of it.
Right. Yes.
That's a very good approach, especially for like a wizard, which is like an uncommon approach for a wizard.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to talk more about like why we made certain decisions in the after show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We have an after show.
Yeah. Klep lost his arm, but you know what? He would have died, which is good.
Yeah. I saw the end.
Maybe there'll be some callbacks about it.
That'll be the first thing we do in the after shows. You'll tell us how much health he had left.
Yeah. And I wanted to, I'm glad you guys got to fight this demon. It's really cool. I thought it was a really cool concept to throw out you guys. This, by the way, I don't think we ever said it. They are level 5 during this, so I couldn't make it like too OP. But you guys had like a good amount of help there, which is pretty cool.
It's a tough battle for level 5.
Yeah.
It was a good, even battle.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were whipping its ass. It had, we'll talk about it more later, but it had 200 health. And you
rolls, though.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm glad this was fun. Jason, thank you for joining us.
Dude, thank you so much for having me, man. This is great.
This is awesome. It was awesome.
It was a blast having you, man.
And, we'll close out this session. Why don't you go ahead and give your, tell us about yourself. Give yourself another shout out, man.
Yeah, I'll just say pretty much exactly what I said earlier. I host a show called Curmudgeons and Dragons. You can find all of our stuff at curmudgeonsanddragons.com. Or you can find us not only on YouTube, but on your favorite podcasting app. If you need a place to start, check out episode 111, where DM Tony gave us his favorite wholesome story, which I believe happened on this show.
It did. I won't spoil it. You have to go.
So 404 fans should check that episode out.
Absolutely. Maybe I'll be on there next.
Try to guess which one it is.
Try to guess. You'll know.
But thank you so much again, man.
No problem. Thank you for joining us. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and roll on to the Patreon shout out. Say bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
And now it's time for the Patreon shout out, starting with the Blood Shard Bandits. First up is Benjamin Hayes, as the echoes of metal and the infinite void, sprinkled with mechanized madness, has this warforged contemplating the meaning of life. As he regains his health, his mind wanders, but he is finally able to move. But at what cost? Next up, we have Dylan Snyder, aka Reese, an Eladrin bard who has recently come out with a beautiful 10-record-long love ballad symphony. This song is sure to bring a tear to anyone's eye as he sings about trees leaving him. Next up is Julius Kendrick, who has been toiling in the lab, mixing black rock with spoiled pig blood with a dash of goblin snot, concocting something foul to spoil our hero's plans. But to what end? The land of shadows is not enough? And will he stop at nothing to see the hero's inevitable demise? Truly unsettling. Next up is Rains, who has been reported missing by the city of Aramore. Last seen, he was working on helping the city become a better place. Something about a water purification project. Any news or leads leading to Rains' rescue shall be rewarded handsomely. Last up is Troy Scarrow, and Captain Scarrow has been tormenting the Everlong Sea for some time, transporting prisoners and ungodly beasts alike, a true threat to the sea. Some say the Kraken itself avoids Captain Scarrow's ship, lest it face the wrath of Captain Scarrow. Next up is the Sidget College alumni. First up, we have Andrew Hall, and Andrew has been facing some trouble in Paradise as he is no longer the top of his class. An underdog has seemed to have stolen the spotlight, but who could be talented enough to take the #1 spot? Artemis hasn't been seen around the Sidget College campus in some time. Kemi Joe said he's taking a well-deserved vacation in the Kambuki Isles. He is sure to be sipping on some fruit punch and knuckle sandwiches in the fighting pits. Patrick Wennerstrom is next, and like a silhouette in a dark alley, Patrick is elusive as he is mysterious. A ghost in an empty jacket. Robert Crisp has his hands full with this tiny bread civilization. It is up to him to make sure their world doesn't crumble away. With enough help, they may thrive. Let us rejoice. Next up, we have Saint Chaos, and he has been expelled! An appeal is set to be held next month to determine if Saint Chaos should be given a 367th chance to perform better at the school. Some say Saint Chaos will never change, but maybe a heartfelt speech could sway the board. Lastly, we have Warden. Renowned food critic has just visited one of the finest eateries in Aramore City. With a delightful brunch and clean atmosphere, he shares that the Wildside Tavern is a delight to visit. He also hears a real hoot at night. Now we're going to move on to Humbrea's heroes, and first up we have Abdul Rahman, and he is doing well as Dilmore's new local alchemist, with raving reviews saying he's not a jerk like the last guy. Alex Dredd is next, and he has recently taken down a roadside bandit. It seemed that they tried to take the wheel off his wagon while playing some jazz. Next up is Anthony Pizza, aka Sly, and he's been making a killing selling secrets in the streets. It should also be said that his secrets may lead to killings in the streets, but that's neither here nor there. Alara Dawnstar is on the search for a new waterfall, as the last one she trained under broke. The water just stopped flowing. Weird. Man with Glass has been found deep within the bowels of a volcano in North Trillis. What tempered glass could he possibly be making in such extreme heat? Next up is Michael Sekarak, an unknown visitor of Humbrea. Who are you, kind traveler? Next we have Nufarius Ducarius, and he was last seen streaking through the streets of Aramore City, waving around a basilisk head, yelling, "It's almost like a dragon!" Sergio Rodriguez is next up, and ever since his mysterious appearance, the shrouded mystery of unknown vagabonds has also been increasing in presence. Truly alarming. And last up, we have Terminal No Name, who has just reached platinum status in his Rocket Boot League. I hear that's very good. And that's all for this week's Patreon shoutouts. If you would like to hear your name added to this very amazing list of people, go ahead and check out our Patreon link down below to find out more. Until next time, have a great one.